What's up, guys? I'm back here for another showcase. Today I'm gonna be showcasing the two new exclusive units. We have Funeral Parlor, the Fragrance Evolution. Both of the exclusive units only have one evolution, and then we have Wave Chaser Surface. And of course, if you don't know how to get them, just go to the event section, Flames and Waves, event shop, and you could get them by opening the Flames and Waves capsules. At 50 opened, you get the pity for either one. So opening 100 guarantees you both new units. And yeah, I'll go ahead and talk more about the unit when we're inside of the game. Okay. So I'll go ahead and get this started by showcasing the Funeral Parlor unit, as she is the main DPS out of the two exclusive units. She is a damage over time unit, as you guys will see here. The best relic set that you can get for her is the Fused Warrior Earrings with elemental damage, the reanimated armor with damage over time for the top, and then for the leggings you want to get SPA. um as for passives, the main passives you really want to be looking at are these two up here. So she has an ability that applies pyro stack, which is actually extremely busted pretty much every single time she hits a unit. After 5 seconds, um it deals 7,500 damage for every stock on the enemy. So every hit applies a stock, and the stock deals 7,500 damage after every 5 seconds, and it consumes that stock. I believe right now the Etherealization 6 doesn't work, unfortunately. But if it did work at Etherealization 6, the damage per stock loss would be doubled. When an enemy within when an enemy with pyro stacks dies in range of Funeral Parlor, all of the stacks from that enemy, up to 10 stacks, goes on to nearby enemies. So I guess you could kind of consider it of like, it's infinite stacks pretty much, because as long as they die in range, there's a 25% chance, and with given the amount of enemies coming through, it's like it's pretty much just guaranteed. Like, look at how much burn damage I'm doing. Like, it's actually insane. And at this level, at max, is easily able to kill bosses that have 200,000 health, even though her max damage is only like 11k at most. So I'll go ahead and go through these upgrades for you guys here. As you can see, her second VFX does like these little fire explosives. Let's go ahead and get that upgraded. This is the damage. I also have I have A on her SPA damage and range. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to even get S. So yeah, let me go ahead and upgrade that. Next, her next upgrade, she does get full AoE, and it's kind of like a full ground burn, which is pretty good. So yeah, as you guys can see here, she's dealing 9 point, not even 11k, 9.3k with insane damage over time. So honestly, because of how low her damage is, she doesn't make it into like any type of tier list, including like meta. But she is a very insane damage over time unit. I would definitely suggest this unit as a starter unit, 100%. I would definitely grind for this if I just started playing the game, and I suggest you guys do as well, because she is pretty insane. And that's pretty much it for her passives and relics. These are her buffs. And yeah, next up we have Wave Chaser. Now, Wave Chaser is indeed a new meta support unit. If we look at her passives, she can apply soaked for 7 seconds, which makes enemies take 20% more damage and slowed by 50%. I could see Wave Chaser being extremely good for leaderboard runs or any type of infinite. Being able to slow any enemy on the map by half is insane, and they take a guaranteed up to 20% more damage. I believe everything else after that is kind of like not really important, because aside from buffs, her damage is extremely like it's just extremely low, honestly. Like you guys will see here, her upgrades aren't crazy expensive, but like her max damage is 16k, obviously with like no buffs. She does have a charge up for Night Soul, which makes it so she gains 30% damage, 15% range, minus 10% SBA, and deals 2 times damage to enemies with burn, which would put her at like around 50 to 60k damage with no buffs. So again, she isn't meta for damage, but her support is definitely insane. Now, her best relic set is going to be the Warlord top with crit damage, the Warlord skirt with 70% damage, and then the Warlord hat with elemental damage. Obviously, for substats, you want to get damage, and crit rate. And yeah, that's pretty much the passives. And then I forgot to mention this, but the funeral parlor for relics, obviously, you want to get damage over time and SPA for substats, and then probably some damage. Same thing for the earrings. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna be the entire showcase for today. And honestly, Wave Chaser, insane new unit. Funeral Parlor, definitely a crazy starter unit. Extremely good with that damage over time. The units have like honestly, the units don't have a lot of health, but if I was definitely fighting a boss, I'd be able to show you guys just how much damage she's able to deal with that damage over time. And that's while being nerfed because Etherealization 6 still isn't working as of this video. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the video for today. I will include yesterday's codes in the description, and I hope you have a good rest of your night, guys. Enjoy.